Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Nocturnal Feeding with James, the Fish Room Fever, and Lefty from Lefty 3213A.
Nice
I
job,
actually said
Ed.
the whole thing. Normally I just say
Good
Lefty.
job.
Awesome. It's not Lefty, a lot of numbers, just to throw that out there. But, guys, thank you for tuning in with us. And, you know, normally I ask James to say hi to everybody, and then I bring up the chat. But right now, I'm afraid to log on to YouTube and see the chat because I'm in the fish room, but I don't have a good strong connection. So, but could you still say hi to everybody?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Too Cooley for Schoolie, Amanda G165, Carol Cox, of course, Chattanooga Ed is in the house, Danican Aquatics, Fishaholic, Geek Boy, Hillbilly Aquatics, Liquid Zoo, OnlyFins, M&C Aquatics, Make House 74M, Monster Fish Gal, New Local, Austin, Paul Sotero, Pompey Ranch, RAY Aquatics, what's going on, buddy? Rebecca Jackson, Ricky DeHoyos, Rico Stan, Rocking Fish, Sandy Dowdy, Sandy Rimiker, SC Catahoula's, I almost slipped up on that one, Stephen P. 2003, The Zen Ginger, and Xanadu Do. Of course, I'm sure we've got some other people, but that is from the active participants list. Welcome, everybody, to the Nocturnal Feeding Show with Chattanooga Ed, feeding your late night hobby hunger.
It is amazing how fast he can do that. I wish I could do that.
And that's just my dentures and
I
but there
really
you go.
thought he was going to ask me to do it, and I was, dreading having to do it.
Nope, I know that this guy is the master.
Oh, well, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Well, guys, I have been thinking, I talked to James about it. I'm going to change up my show just a little. Not a lot, but
What?
I love making crap. And it seems like you guys like watching me make crap. So I thought I would start making more stuff on the stream. And we might even change the name if somebody has a good idea on an aquatic crafting name. Throw it up there in the chat afterwards. Like, what's the thing called where people type afterwards and leave comments? James? You know,
What?
I was trying to figure out what
Both
was
spaced
going
out
on
looking
in
at chat.
Oh, yeah, I was reading. I just want to
What?
say,
Chat.
Ray
No, not
Aquatics,
chat.
I got you on there, buddy.
there's this, like afterwards, you can leave comments.
The comment
Whatever
section.
that's called.
The comment section.
In the comment section. If you guys could leave maybe good ideas for crafty fish names. Today, I was going to get some more of my clay, my oven baked clay, and they don't sell it at Walmart, at least my Walmart anymore. So if anybody has a connection and knows where I can get wholesale oven baked clay, it would be awesome because there's a lot of projects I want to do, and it just costs a lot of money. That's the biggest problem. Well, and the problem is now I'm gonna have to. I bought this thing a while ago that has like 30 different colors, and I thought it was really cool. And I thought if I ever make something, but we're gonna use these colors tonight.
Okay.
Because I at AquaChella was asked to be not necessarily in charge, well, I guess kind of in charge of the sculpting contest. So they have a first place like banner or plaque, but there's nothing for the second and third place people. So I thought I would make a second and third place medallions, like medals, like Olympic medals. Out of Sculpting, and I'll paint them bronze and silver. Ooh. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. And then we'll talk fish stuff or AquaChella or whatever.
Fancy.
Yeah. So that's the goal. I'm going to go, each one of these is 1 ounce. So I'm going to go with, I think 5 ounce metals. And I'm going to try to take colors that I probably already would buy. So I'm going to go browns, whites, clays.
No, not a participation trophy. We are not playing that game, Paul. Just negative.
Yeah.
Negative. I do want to give a real quick shout out, though. I forgot to do this
Please
on my
do.
stream. I actually got these from the Orlando AquaChella. It's these can koozies here. And I say that, I mean, yeah, it's Live Aquarium. Okay, they've got great stuff. But I want to shout them out because they're making the, like, energy drink size can koozies. And nobody does. I mean, so people do that. Nobody has ever approached me and said, here's one that'll fit the drink that you drink every day, all the time, nothing else. So a huge shout out to them. Plus, it's got plecos, and I just went and looked earlier before the other stream. I've got a blue one too. So huge thank you to them. When I got them, I didn't realize it. I thought they were for your regular can size. I just kind of chucked them in my box of things. And then earlier I was like, hold on a second. Those fit perfectly for my drink. So good thinking there. Nobody else is giving me free stuff to promote on my show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And are these for the YouTuber scape off or the kids scape off?
The YouTuber scape off.
Okay.
Because YouTubers need some bling to put on their wall, you know, to promote that they won something too. So the little kids, I think they get a fish tank or something.
Oh, that's nice. I think they did, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, the little kids are set. It's us grown-ups that got Jack.
So let me clarify, because I think it was misspoken. There wasn't a sculpting contest. There was a scaping contest, and Ed is sculpting trophies.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, medals.
Well, either way, people are like, wait, there's a sculpting contest at AquaChella? No, there's a scaping contest.
But you know what? They ought to, since it's an art show.
Yeah.
But I don't want to judge it. I want to enter. They ought to have an art contest.
So can we talk about cheaters for a minute while we're talking about this contest?
Please.
That was the most frustrating thing on earth. So Ed, myself,
Crystal,
and I can't believe I'm not thinking of his name. Carrie's old man, Science Galaxy.
Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse. We got to count votes for the Aquascape contest. I cannot tell you. We must have pulled, what, a good 50 or 60 cheater tickets out of there?
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably more than that, but I'm dulling that number down, where people had come up and they had just... So here was the thing. You had a raffle ticket. You put your name, phone number, and the tank you wanted to vote for, the tank number. You threw it in there. I can't tell you how ridiculous it was when you're pulling them out and you've got 25 votes from the same person, name, phone number, same tank voted for, just stacked up in the box. That was really frustrating. We could have had the votes counted in well under half the time if we hadn't had to pull the cheaters out of there. And just so they know, cheaters, you didn't have a shot in heck of winning that thing because we made sure you weren't in there.
Yeah. And yeah, one guy, I think the second place winner, was very upset because it looked like he had a bajillion votes, but 30 of them were all from one girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said who. Well, I didn't say who it was. It was just a girl that she wanted to win. Because the thing is to promote people voting, we asked them to write their name on it, the number of which tank they wanted to win, and we were going to have a drawing afterwards for everybody who voted to win a little, like, nano tank. And she wanted to win a nano tank. But, yeah, so all she did was get the hopes up of a poor guy that was just shattered.
Absolutely. So we got a couple comments here as well as a super sticker. I'll get to here in a second. Paul Sotero says, call it Ed's Magic Fish Prop Box. That's one thought right there. And then we had Delilah's Critters said, Art Aficionado.
Woo!
I like it. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
Tim Kendrick says, was going to ask if you were drinking Red Bull with a big smiley face. I don't drink Red Bull. I can't do it. I drink these things. This is actually a company that started here locally from a couple of the UT guys. Funny enough, I've told this story before, but I actually came across this energy drink in a fish store. It was the first place I saw it. It was Aquatic Marine years ago when they were in a different location. And they had one little cooler that held like 6 cans of the stuff back behind the counter. I said, let me try that. And since I've probably bought enough that I could have owned a majority stock in the company. But yeah, so I thought that was neat. It started with fish. But yeah, it's the same kind of can size.
Nice.
So this would work on your Red Bulls and stuff. So I thought
like
that was
Zen's,
neat.
I like Zen's
So-
suggestion for a title for your show, Ed. She
What's
said,
that?
Ed, just Aquacraft Ed. Aquacrafted, but the Ed is capitalized at the end.
I like it.
That's awesome. Then she has such a big brain, it's crazy.
Absolutely. We've got a super sticker here from the lovely 503 Aquatics. $3 super sticker with the fist bump.
Awesome. That's awesome. She is
They
so
wanna-
cool.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, 503 Shannon Banana. All right.
She is so cool. And her show, I don't know if she does a normal show at nights, but I believe she's taken over the Saturday cartoon show.
Yes, she is.
And I've been dying to watch that now for over a month. And this might be my first Saturday I get to do it. Unless I go over to Sean's and play games or something. But I doubt we would start that early anyway. So super cool because I like talking about cartoons.
Absolutely.
never
Well,
guessed.
and I need to get Sean over here. He's going to do an aquascape with me, and I thought it only fitting
Ooh.
since it is a tank from Awaze, and I don't know how much more I can say about it. But it's a really, really nice glass rimless. It's got the 45-degree angle seams on it, low iron glass. Really, really nice tank. But I thought, he knows Jen from Awaze. And who better to do escape with me to really kick things up a notch than Sean Peck from Peck Tech. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
Also, Rebecca Jackson, if you're hanging out, I've got your message on here, got your address. I'll get you some stickers sent out. Thank you for sending that to me on Messenger. Makes it a little bit easier to get a hold of than digging through thousands of emails asking if I would like to sign up for this thing or telling me that it's some prince that has some money for me.
Oh, you guys really can't see what I'm doing, but I've already
Hang the
turned.
cam down a little bit.
I turned 4 of these blocks into this
Oh,
in that amount of time. I really should.
that's a little better. There you go.
There you can kind of see.
There we
what's
go.
Going on. Cool. And after this stream is the Rico show.
The Rico Show.
And I'm looking forward to hanging out with Rico for as long as he wants.
Absolutely.
And maybe if I don't get this done in an hour's time, I will finish it up and
Hey, Crystal.
go from there. Crystal!
What's up,
Crystal is so much fun.
Absolutely.
She was a big surprise to the show. Now, I wonder if that's going to be too thick.
Chat, please calm down. I'm just going to say that right now. We're going to preempt that one.
I think
How
I'm going
much
to make
does
it
it thin up when it bakes?
It won't much.
Oh, it won't shrink up much?
It shrinks a little, but not much.
All right. I'm going to leave Lefty to the chat with that one.
So, good times. But yeah, I felt really bad about these guys not having an AquaChella thing. Now, I do have an octopus that I could make an octopus thing
Okay.
and then make a rim around it. Or I do have an angelfish. And so these are cookie cutters I got at the Tennessee Aquarium.
Mhm.
And they make terrible cookies. The cookies all spread out because they're too thin.
Oh,
But still, they're really cool looking.
oh,
So
Ed, you got a super sticker from Pompeii Ranch. It's a little pair saying, "How's it going?"
Pompeii, thank you so much. She is so sweet. And she has the coolest shoes in the whole world. When she first came over, I was like, I love your shoes. They were like rainbow metallic shoes.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Yeah.
Pam, what are you making for dinner?
Ooh, is Pam making dinner?
Pam says, "Okay, listening while making some dinner."
Nice. So if I also do art stuff on Pam's show on Saturday, where I paint stuff.
Oh.
But I thought I would do more just making things on my show. And I've got the next project's going to be a real big project. It's one I've been thinking about doing for several years now, and I've never gotten around to it. So I'm hoping that'll work. You know, I'm using this type of tropic flake things. It's called Tetra Pro, and my fish hate it.
Oh.
It's these little balls.
Little wafers?
Or wafers.
I've never actually used that before. I've used the Tetra color before, and my fish don't mind it.
Oh, they love that. But this is like they took a hole puncher. It looks like, you know, party stuff that you throw in the air.
Worst case, you can always use it to cycle a new tank if you're doing fishless.
Oh, never thought about that.
Yeah, Crystal, we had fun meeting you too. Crystal said it was so much fun meeting all three of us. I had a good time meeting Crystal.
Crystal, that was a blast hanging out with you.
See, this has more weight to it. Oh, water's coming out of it. Okay, don't do that.
Uh-oh.
Gosh, that was not cool.
503 said, Ed, I just got my cool shirt today.
Oh, awesome. A cool shirt? Oh, a co-op shirt?
I don't know.
Coop shirt, maybe.
503, let us know what kind of shirt you got.
I'm wearing a Coop shirt. Okay, I'm kind of afraid to use another Fritz product, but hopefully this one's a little more secure. Yeah. So, guys, if you buy the expensive water for your bettas, don't use it as a rolling pin. And I'm just constantly making it. So, what do you think? I'm thinking
that fish because it's less material you have to roll out.
But you think I should make fish medallions versus the actual thing?
Are you gonna are you gonna take like a tool and like sculpt like a picture into the stuff before you make it?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh crud! I left all my paintbrushes and tools upstairs. I was gonna write AquaChella on here, Dallas, 2021. But yeah, may have to, and then I'm actually gonna kind of push stuff down with my fingers, and that way it'll make it not be super flat, and it's gonna make it look more like it was made of bronze. Because if you guys ever see bronze statues, they've got bumps all over them, and I like that. I like that kind of pounded look. Wow. So nuts. So I was going to inlay it, like, you know, push the AquaChella into it. Let's see if I can do how many letters are in AquaChella? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10, so the SH is in the middle. So let's start off by going with an S and an H. I don't like that. I see a stick on the floor. Ah!
Don't fall.
It's really gross because it's like covered in fish and cat hair. High quality entertainment here.
Yes, Detroit just feels like he's hanging out with us.
Oh, man, it was so cool hanging out with him. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this AquaChella like lettering.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't like it, I'll figure out a new way.
I don't like it.
Oh.
I love it. Sorry.
I don't know.
So can I just say, since this is Ed stream and it gets kind of off topic at random here, if you message me and we have never spoken and I'm not familiar with your name, and all you do is send me videos asking me to comment and share them, I'm probably not going to talk to you. So just a heads up. At least say, hey, how's it going first?
Introduce yourself, maybe. Yeah, say, hey, absolutely. This is so-and-so from chat.
Yeah.
You know.
Just a heads up. And again, if it's a name that I'm familiar with, that's one thing. But if I've never spoken to you or said your name, and you message me, you're like, hey, can you check out my video? Can you comment and share it? I don't know.
Oh, hang on, I'll be right back.
We met a lot of new producers, or like, people that are trying to get in to the hobby, and we need to take time and watch some of their stuff before we highly recommend them to everybody. Nothing personal, but so James and I, we've got like a lot of people gave us cards and things, and we're gonna go and watch your stuff. It's just we really haven't had any time yet since we've come back.
Yeah, well, and this is somebody that's not even necessarily part of the fish fam here. This is somebody on TikTok that's messaged me several times and said,
okay.
hey, will you share this? Hey, can you like and comment on this? And I'm like, I followed you at some point because you're a fish person, but we've never spoken. If you're going to direct message me, at least say, hey, what's going on? How are you?
Yeah, for sure. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to paint the words on afterwards, because I think that'll be easier. But I'm just going to keep going and go with this. So what was your favorite thing you ate at the show? Lefty first.
The show or in the event in general?
The whole trip.
The whole trip? The filet wrapped in bacon.
Oh,
It was perfectly cooked pink in the middle. The second it hit your tongue, it just started to melt in your mouth. It was the best thing I've eaten in a long time.
so it was one of those pieces of meat off of that giant stack of meat. Yeah. No, maybe the top sirloin. I don't know. There was so much good
steak?
stuff. I have no clue. They brought over meat. You want some? Yes. Give it to me.
Yep.
Eat it. Good. Yep.
And you missed out on the first couple of rounds because you were
that was
getting
fine.
salad?
You see, here's no. I'd actually run to the restroom to wash my hands.
Okay.
But the trick is, they're not going to bring out the best stuff right away. They're going to bring out some filler stuff that's a little bit
true. I didn't take any of the sirloin.
Yeah, but no, it was an amazing place. I'm going to flip my camera back on now that I'm done answering people trying to get me to spam their channel and stuff. But that button it just got scary.
Oh, he's back.
But no, that was an amazing place. So we went to Texas de Brazil. For anybody that's not familiar with it, basically they bring out a wide variety of meats on these really long metal poles, and the guy just kind of cuts some off if you want some. And you have a little card on your table. And if you want more meat, you have the green side up. If you're done for the moment, you flip it to the red side. And you can flip back and forth, back and forth. So basically, I would flip it to green, get a nice little stack of varying meats, and then flip it to red, enjoy those. And if I saw something in particular that I wanted to try, I'd look at like, yeah, come over here.
I never flipped mine.
Well, and here's the problem. And if you've ever watched any of like the etiquette videos on how to eat at those places, the servers there, if you're not flipping it, they're trained to start ignoring you after so long. So if you're leaving it green constantly, eventually they're like, this guy doesn't know how to use the card. We're going to stop coming over there unless he calls for us. But if you've seen them on TV, I've always wondered, because it's television, there's a little bit of showmanship involved and all that stuff. I've always wondered if they really bring the food as fast as they do on the shows, and they really do.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm trying to word all of this in the best way possible to keep chat kind of at a minimum here. But they really bring a whole lot of food really, really quickly.
I think we no sooner sat down from getting our salad bar stuff, and they were there with the food, and I was like, whoa, I wanted to eat my salad first, but you're going to give me some flank steak and some filet right off the bat. Let's go.
Absolutely. And just the salad bar in and of itself was
huge.
Was amazing. Yeah, it was
it's
huge.
Bigger than the living space in my freaking house.
Right. I mean, it's the only time I've ever, and now I didn't eat directly out of it at the bar, but it's the only time I've ever gotten cheese directly out of a giant wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
And eaten it, amongst other things, to show how fancy we are around here, But
I'm going to have an octopus coming from behind it.
That's cool.
I like it, Ed.
Okay, that's what we'll do. Cool. Okay, so
I got to show off my knife skills at dinner.
Yeah, you did.
So they gave you fried bananas to, I believe the guy said, cleanse our palates in between the different selections, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the premise? And nobody was taking the ones they put in front of us. So I'm like, I'm just going to take one. I took one. I cut it up. I took the second one. Now I've been, baking and cooking for years. So I take the knife, I do my thing, and I moved it back. I just did it really quick in succession. And like John, Primetime, Joanna, and Lisa were like, whoa, that was amazing. And I'm like, what? I just cut something up. So I thought that was kind of cool. That they were
it was. It was a fun little moment that everybody's like, oh my God, I want him to cut my food just because it's going to taste better if he cuts it. So no, huge shout out to Lefty and his knife skills. Absolutely. Rebecca Jackson saying, how much does that restaurant run? I need to try it. So just the salad bar was $25. I don't know exactly how you would interpret the price listing on the menu.
I took it as separate items you had to put together.
That's how I took it as well. So the meat meal was what, like $45,
something like that.
It was right about $45-$50, and then the salad bar was $25. That was another thing that VIP. We were very, very humbled to be invited to that. There was a select amount of seating at that, and we just happened to be at the right place at the right time to get invited to go to that. So we didn't pay for that. We didn't take the super chats and go have $100 steak dinner, but we did get invited to it, and we did very, very much enjoy it and made sure that we got their money's worth for them.
Yes.
So
big
huge
shout out
thank
to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the fact that we were included in that, again, very inclusive.
It was a nice feeling.
It really, really was.
Be included with everybody.
It was fun to kind of sit and mix and mingle with everybody while we ate and enjoyed this incredible meal.
Yeah.
I think I cut more stuff than Lefty.
But did you cut it as elegantly as I did?
I had no complaints. I had to cut all of Susie Q's food for her also.
It was very nice of you to offer to do that for her.
We should have teamed up Lefty with Susie Q, and then he could have been doing the cutting.
Before it goes too far, we got a super sticker from Bob. He was $2.99 with a little dog saying, "How's it going?"
Oh, awesome! Thank you, Bob.
Good to see you, Bob. Hope you're doing well. And do you want to grab the one that just came, or James, you want to grab the one that just came through?
Do you want to grab that one? You
can grab it.
All right, I'm going to grab that one. Ricky De Hoyos with another $50 super chat said, "Hey Ed, thanks for filming James mount that shark." I think that hold on, it just scrolled off. I think that was my favorite part of AquaChella. Ricky, thank you so much for the support. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Again, in all honesty, I was hurting that morning because that was after I had taken a couple falls on the basketball court.
Beat up that weekend.
Yeah, I mean it's looking better now.
I knew it wasn't infected. It wasn't green.
But I poured a lot of alcohol on that in the hotel room that night. But so the next morning I come in and I'm like, my back hurts. I knew everything was going to hurt because I'd hit the ground a couple times. No contact basketball, let me remind you. That's how good I am. And the guy's like, "You want to ride it?" And I'm like, "No." And I was like, "Yeah, I do, because people will want to see that." So, and it was all inflatable and nice and soft. The landing area was, so that was nice. And then I landed right on the elbow. I was like, whatever. Screw this. I'm done. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. And like I said, I will be uploading the clip of it for the members on my channel that I got on my phone. And again, thanks for the support, Ricky. Very much appreciated.
I didn't get to see it live because I was picking up the script.
Yeah.
The top one is going to be where the ribbon goes. Okay, I'll have to buy some red, white, and blue ribbon or some purple or something really classy.
Priscilla would like to know if it's for sale. You really need an Etsy store for all this stuff you make.
You really do.
Well, Priscilla can win this in Dallas if she does escape off. And I'll make sure that you've got a tank because I'm supposed to be the guy to make sure that all the tanks are filled. We had we had 3 people say they wanted to do it and then they didn't. And then like Sean Peck, he really wanted to do it and he didn't do it. So,
there's always room for improvement.
Yeah. Well, it was their first time they did escape off.
We got another super chat here from Geek Boy Ed. $10 super chat. says, feel free to go out and have a $100 steak dinner with this in Dallas.
Oh,
They're
my
really
God.
pushing for you guys to go to Texas.
Absolutely.
Well, the one thing I can guarantee is these trophies that I'm making here, these medallions, will be in Texas. Because somebody needs to have something for getting second place. And I want to try to make it look cooler than the first place thing. I think
first place jealous for getting first.
Right.
Yeah. I think Rob has a guy that does really good woodworking. So he like carved these plaques out of wood, and it was pretty awesome. I got to admit, it looked great. But I'm like, I can beat that because that's what I do. I try.
Absolutely. I'll say hey to Wally. Sorry, and that's Supreme Aquaria / Supreme Geckos. Sorry I didn't get to see you. I was talking about you a little bit earlier. Next time, just, hey, you. I'm here behind you. Shake my hand.
Walk up and just
I'd be
smack
happy
them.
to do it. Yeah, I mean, heck, jump in front of the live stream. Be like, hey. I don't care. People will enjoy it. People love seeing that stuff. So, sorry I didn't get to shake your hand. Sorry I didn't get to meet you. I've been watching your stuff for a while now. But definitely next time, don't hesitate to just be like, what's up, And
we got to meet Kasha.
Mm-hmm.
Did I pronounce her name correctly?
Creative pet keeping?
Yes.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
And Banana, we got to pet Banana. And we got to meet Fu, her significant other, who's very cool. I got to sit with them at the dinner table, so.
Oh.
And I got to sit next to Rob's in-laws at the dinner table, too.
It was very weird not sitting next to Ed at the dinner table.
It's okay, you got to sit across from me instead.
Yeah, I got to sit at a completely different table. I think they had 4 tables, like big, long tables for all of us. But I got to hang out with Lefty and John and Lisa and Jason and Joanna from Primetime. And it was just a really, really fun time. But John's like, where's Ed? You two are never separate. And I go, he's over at the other table. Oh, and
but my table got to eat first because I was with the in-laws.
You did, yes. We got to meet Stephen Conroe, hung out and talked to him during dinner.
And Steven's one cool cat, too.
He is.
Super nice.
Where did we leave off? I think you got the one from Geek Boy, right?
I think Priscilla's where we left off.
All right. Priscilla coming in here just slinging poo at us. Thank you for the super stick with Priscilla. $1 pile of fertilizer. Very much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Swiss Aquatics. Always a pleasure to see you.
And I might enter some of my, I don't know if they're F1s or F2s, but from Swiss Aquatics in the next AquaChella if I can get there. In the shrimp show. I talked to this really cool guy. We met him for the first time in Florida. His name is Joe from the Shrimp Shack.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to start watching his show because he's such a smart guy.
He is.
And I want to enter some shrimp and see if I can win a shrimp thing. He's in charge of the shrimp stuff.
Fancy.
Absolutely. Yeah. So he's got a YouTube channel. And he does some really awesome stuff. I talked to him because he was at Orlando and then he was at Chicago. And we're going to be having him on the show in the not too terribly distant future, but he's a really cool guy. Who knows? There may even be a giveaway that goes along with that. So we'll see.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I will say it was super cool. I thought he knew who I was or knew me from some chats, but I'd never met him before. But he talked to us like I'd known him forever. So it's kind of cool.
Milkshakes.
Yeah, we all got milkshakes.
He is.
Speaking of food, 503 Aquatics gave you a $9.90 super chat saying steak dinner fund.
Oh my gosh. Well, I ordered my favorite thing actually wasn't the buffet. It was what I paid for.
Oh, was it what we had Sunday?
Yes. I wish I would have bought 2 pizzas.
Yeah.
I bought a pizza from, oh boy, I don't remember what the place was called. It wasn't now that I've got Giafagus, I'm having a hard time.
Pull an Ed and show the picture on stream.
Giannino's. It was the other guys, in town, and it was awesome. I talked to the the GFitos people, and they were kind of like jerk faces. So I didn't order from them, and I went with the other people.
But the delivery driver was cool, and he also asked if we were in a band, so he got points for that.
Yeah. He asked if James and I were in a band, and we said, no, we're here for a fish convention. He says, oh, I love fish. And he meant the band. He was really convinced we were in the band.
Yeah.
I think he said he was a photographer or something, right?
Yeah, he did photography work for Fish, the band.
Awesome.
We'd be like, well, we shoot videos of fish in tanks, so we're practically the same person.
Yeah.
You deliver pizza, we eat pizza. I mean, small world.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
It is.
Should have slipped him like $30 and said, can you just go get us a pizza and come back?
No
that would have been the easier thing to do.
Yeah. So they refused to take an over-the-phone order at that place. Ed was working on trying to figure out an online order when the delivery guy came in with somebody else's order, and he's like, just call them. So closed that out, cleared that out, called them, and they're like, nope, you have to do it online. So we're kind of like, this is like an hour and 15 minutes in, I think, at that point.
Yep.
Let's just go somewhere else.
I think it was quarter after 7.
I was on Susie Q's, just listening to her. I left hers at 15 till because I wanted to order the pizza before I went on Bob Kaler's show. I didn't get on Bob Kaler's show until 15 into his show because I was on the phone the whole stinking time dealing with retarded. Well, sorry.
Stupid people.
Stupid people.
So Delilah's Critter says there's something very meditative about watching Ed focus on a project while everyone chats about other fun stuff. LOL. There really is. And also, I saw your comment, Delilah, about wanting to get a picture with me. Sorry we didn't get a picture together. That's another one of those things. If anybody ever wants to take a picture with me, please just say so. I'd be glad to do it. I end up taking pictures of people with other YouTubers more than I actually take pictures with people. So that's always nice when somebody wants a picture with me. And I very much appreciate it. So I guess some people would just assume if they ask Ed for a picture that I'm going to jump in there, but I don't do that. I figure if people want me in the picture, they'll ask me in the picture, and I don't just want to be like, hey, I'm getting in your picture with Ed. So
did we get a picture?
The
three of us?
We didn't. The only picture that I got was with Brett from Tanked. And that was one of those, he may never be at one of these things again. I'm getting that picture.
True.
I only got one picture, and that was with Delilah's husband. And Delilah took the picture, so she's on the other side of the camera.
Just Photoshop your face on there, Delilah.
I feel terrible. And I'm watching Lisa took pictures of all the people that had photos with her. And it was like, that's genius. I wish I would have done that. I just did this because her husband Rich looks just like Joe from Impractical Jokers.
Oh.
And he's a really nice guy, and he let me do that.
So
super great guy.
Another part of go ahead,
not Joe, her husband.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one of my things was I'd ask a lot of people at the YouTuber booth to take photos with me in Orlando, but I had the whole sty thing going on with my eye all screwed up, so none of those pictures are getting released to the public. So I felt kind of bad going back and going, I know we took a picture at the last one, but can we take another picture? So I just kind of shied away from the whole picture taking thing, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I only did one in Orlando, and that was with Jess's dog.
I did a bunch in Orlando.
I don't know. I'm not thinking straight. I'm just having fun hanging out with people.
Yep.
Same thing. A week ago we all got there.
That's hard to believe. So there's my one photo that I took.
I was going
just because I'm like, who knows if he'll be back to any of the events. I'll snap a picture with him real quick. Petfleet Creek Aquatics with a $3 super sticker with a cute little fox going, my hero.
I thought that was a dog.
Thank you.
I call it a fox.
It's
a
okay.
fox. Ed likes
it's a fox for you.
You know Science Gal, Carrie?
I do know her.
She has those dogs. She has 5 of them. Okay, so there, you can't really see the brown one, but it's there too. So I just need one more tentacle coming up.
Cool.
Very, very nice. Supreme Gecko, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, start of Ed Chicago Blackhawks hat fund. He loved mine at AquaChella.
Not gonna happen. Is there any way we can send the money back?
YouTube's going to keep their cut, but we're going to send them. No.
Oh my gosh. I almost got into a fight at a Blues game once, and I was wearing a Blues jersey, and it just so happened that my youth pastor from like when I was in high school, he was from Chicago, and he was wearing a Blackhawks jersey, and he sat next to me, and this drunk guy behind me kept wanting to, he just kept getting worse and worse and wanted to fight my youth pastor. And my youth pastor is like a nice little guy, so I'm thinking I'm going to go to jail tonight because I was not going to let him punch my youth pastor. And it was because my youth pastor, he was like wearing some Blackhawk jersey. But yeah, it's weird when your youth pastor sits down with you at a football game because then or at a hockey game because you can't really drink beer next to him. Just saying.
Zen Ginger, I will never, ever, ever call it a dog. It will always be a cute little fox.
It's 2 against 1 now, James.
I don't care. It's me.
We'll bring in the third one.
Everybody.
That'll be 3 against 1.
I don't care. I'm sorry if everybody else wants to be wrong. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to weigh in on this, and I'm going to say it's a ninja fox cat.
I love it. I love it. The Ninja Fox Cat from the shadows with the $5 Ninja Fox Cat. I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
And if you guys have a fish event going on and you need somebody to make you goofy looking trophies, I'm here for you.
There we go. Kenny E. Danican Aquatics with the $5 super chat says, had to get in on the Ed Blackhawk jersey. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my mom went to Canada once, and I've like got a huge hockey collection of jerseys. I've got about 20 of them.
Yeah.
And I told her if you go to Canada, I like Ottawa. Yeah. So I said you could give me an Ottawa jersey from Canada. And I said, whatever you do, don't get me a Maple Loafs jersey. She brings me back a Maple Loafs jersey. She said, oh, it looks so cute. It's blue with a maple leaf. So it has never seen light out of my closet, but I still own it.
You could probably sell that for some money.
I doubt it. It doesn't have a name on it.
Oh, that fox cat ninja dog is showing up again.
Uh-oh.
Just gave you a $2 super sticker with a big old smiley face.
Yeah, the big old Fox Cat Ninja Dog Squirrel. Back at it again.
Just gonna keep adding an animal every time it pops up.
And I'm not on YouTube right now, so I can't see how many likes I've got. But if you guys would hit the like button, like 3 likes and subscribe. It's something I never ever say, ever, and I really need to work on that.
Did I just tell this guy not to talk to me about getting me to try and like and share your things?
I know. Who is this random guy messaging you?
Oh, seriously, though. Do me a favor. We got 70 people watching. We got 48 thumbs ups. Give this guy a like, you know?
Yeah.
Even if you don't like me, give this guy a thumbs up. It's his channel.
He's the one sculpting for you.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm going to make myself gigantic. Check it out. So the ribbon is going to go right here. And then I'll do all these tentacles like in a purple, like, see the purple on this octopus there? I'll probably do like something like that, a purple, pink, yellow, or not yellow. Where did yellow come from? But so the tentacles will all be that color. And then this will be all silver or bronze. So let's make another one. And we'll go back to the group shot. Kablam. Okay. So one done, at least for the time being.
I was going to ask a question, but I'll wait till after because chat would, go crazy for my question. So
they would lose their mind.
They would because I know them and they're not,
What was the question? Was it for me?
It's about your medallion. I wanted to ask you a question about if you're worried about some part of it, but I'll ask them offline.
Oh, breaking? I don't mind.
No, where you're putting the ribbon, it looks like it may not fit. depending on how wide you're gonna put a ribbon.
Yeah, well, I have a Dremel.
Oh, okay. So
and I will drill out a little bit bigger, but I want it to really get stuck in there. I want the thing to stick to the medallion. Like if you notice, all the other ones are kind of stuck in the back, but this one I tried to get it stuck more at the top.
Okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's a good point. But I'm going to squeeze it. It'll work.
So, Lefty, I'm trying to find the first part of Fishaholic's question.
I just saw that. Can we control F YouTube? Oh, we can.
We'll leave it to Lefty here. So, I'll say this. How about this? We've got 53 thumbs ups. If we can get to 60, I'll let y'all in on a little secret that I wasn't going to disclose prior to doing said thing. How about that?
I was afraid they were going to make us wear masks in Chicago. So I bought a bear at the dollar store and I deheaded him. And I guess I scalped him because it's the back of his head. And I started putting dye on it, like my beard dye. But apparently beard dye doesn't stick to white as well. So I was going to I bought a red marker to do. But then I found out they didn't make us wear masks. But that was going to go over my mask.
So, Ash Light Cloud, thank you so much. We did have a blast. I just want to say real quick, imagine you're in a hotel room with this gentleman. You've got to use the restroom. You walk into the restroom and you see that thing he was just holding up, sitting on the bathroom counter covered in bright red dye. It's one of those, you look at it, and I'm so used to Ed that I just kind of looked and I went, oh, well, no clue. It's just funny things like that.
See, at the beginning of that's gone, so I asked him to re-ask the starting part of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I could not find it. Like, I hadn't even seen the first part come across to have forgotten it.
But yeah, good to know you can control F YouTube chats and search things that way.
Well, F you, YouTube, too. Wait, what?
I'm afraid my cat is going to try to eat this plastic.
Put it up on one of your fish tanks behind you.
He's like
the plastic. I thought you meant the...
He's hiding behind my computer, like just eyeballing it. So he likes crunchy plastic. I asked the veterinarian, and he said that it's because it tastes like bristle to cats.
Oh,
and it's like, yeah.
Alrighty then.
I don't like my cat eating plastic because it's not healthy.
No, definitely not.
This type of plastic's fine, but it's this hard plastic. See, now he just saw me put it in the bag, so now he's going to come and visit.
We have one that likes to eat rubber bands.
Ooh, rubber bands?
Yes. No, it's not.
Come on, buddy. Keep moving. Not this time.
Oh, I've got a notification for some Rico Stan guy. What's that all about?
Rico Stan is one of the coolest cats in town.
He is. He really is. And I've got to say, I'm very, very proud to have him as a part of the Fish Room Fever family of YouTube channels, if you will. However you want to phrase that. He is endorsed by the Fish Room Fever brand and very highly thought of. So shout out to him for joining the Thursday night crew.
Super cool. You know,
your cat's sponsored, but he throws so much money at us that he's kind of sponsoring us. But he's endorsed.
Cats love to sniff stuff, guys. So every time I'm cooking or making something, any object, I always hold it out for them. They don't bite it; they just sniff it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like doing that because
mine would growl at me.
Yeah, I saw that. It was last night. Lefty was in a stream with 503 and he was holding his cats, and his cats really hate. Oh gosh, I don't know how. I need to measure how big that was. Well, I'll do that in a minute. They really don't like Lefty.
They don't like being held by me. It's not like they don't like me.
I'm just gonna vote they don't like you.
They don't like you.
No, they hate me.
We love you though, buddy.
So, Fishaholic, are you still here?
You can sit on my lap in the back seat of Mike's van anytime.
I mean, I did give you a room key.
You did. First thing, hey, I'm Lefty. Here's my room key.
Oh, we never even did get to see Lefty's room. Dang it! I wanted to see what those.
Speak for yourself, Chattanooga Ed.
Yeah, you went home early. Remember? James stayed longer.
Dang it! Were they nicer than ours, James?
See the room, but it probably was. Real quick, let me answer that. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. Take that for what you will. Ash Lightcloud was asking about not being a member anymore. So we're on the Chattanooga Ed channel. You are definitely still a member on the Fish Room Fever channel. Ed does not do memberships. That's because I have him contractually obligated not to do memberships and to send everybody my way. That's exactly what it is. But no, so you are still a member. You're a member on my channel, but we're switched over to Chattanooga Eds at this point. So rest assured, you'll get to see the crazy shark riding video that I post to the members when I post that tomorrow.
But thank you for subbing to James. Look at this one. This one's a lot different colors. It's kind of neat.
I like to pick on Ed because I tell him, I was like, I'm pretty sure people think I tell you you're not allowed to have memberships at this point.
You guys don't want me to have memberships. Trust me. Because I will do nothing with it.
Bates and Genetics, how are you? That's a new name to me, maybe a long-time lurker. First I've seen your name. It says, howdy, Fish fam. Hope everyone is doing awesome. We're doing great. I hope you're having a wonderful day, evening, morning, night, whatever it is, wherever you are, my friend.
Yeah, Bates and Genetics. That sounds like a pretty awesome name. Like, he knows some genetic, or she knows some genetics.
All right, Ash just asked you $5 super chat from Ash Lightcloud. Hey, please lead me in the direction towards some good freshwater fish dealers online, ? I'm in Maine. I understand the struggle of being in Maine and not being able to find fish online. I would ask, what kind of fish are you looking for? Because then we can narrow it down a bit more.
Yeah, and if you have you ever heard of? Gosh, I almost said AquaChella. Aquabid. You got to be careful on that one because there are some scammers on that channel. You want to make sure that the person has a lot of positive reviews.
Exactly.
One night, James and I were just going through looking at all the scammers, and it was unbelievable.
You know, I didn't even think about that. I just actually won some guppies off of there. Didn't even think to look at the reviews. So I haven't heard from the transshipper yet, so I'm waiting till I give anybody any money till I hear from them.
Absolutely. Also, another thing that I like to do specifically on Aquabid, if you know how to do it, which Lefty, I'm sure you do, you can actually Google search an image to see if that image is being used elsewhere. And we found several people that are listing guppies with just a generic image off of Google, basically. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. There's some great people on there. There's some shady people on there. I mean, you've also got awesome people like lrbaquatics.com. If you're looking for betas, keepfishkeeping.com.
Dan's Fish. We love
Dan's Fish. Swiss Aquatics, who was hanging out in here. So many people. It's hard to hit all of them. It just depends on what you're looking for.
It really, really is. So it'll be interesting to hear what fish.
Just make sure you tag one of the either me or James so we can see because I don't think it has his chat pulled up.
There's Aquahuna. I've never tried them, but I've heard that they do well.
I've ordered from them several times, and they've always come in well.
I've never heard anything bad from Detroit Shrimp if you buy shrimp from him.
Also gotten stuff from him, and it comes in well.
I got some guppies from Mississippi Hippie, and they were amazingly awesome. So I think I'm going to make the hook one first on this one, and I'll make it a little bigger. I want these guys to look different, and whichever one looks better will be the one that gets to be the one that's the silver place, second place.
Absolutely. So Fishaholic, I see the second part of your question again. Here's my thought, because I see people in chat saying the first part's not coming through for them either. YouTube can be rather finicky about certain words to the point that they will delete your messages before anybody, including the mods or myself or anybody in the stream, gets to see them. So maybe there's a particular word that YouTube just isn't liking in the first part of your question, and YouTube is removing that because nobody is seeing it. But to cover the second part, and second, why the water pH goes down, I have a 60-gallon live bear tank, and I'm finding one fish dying every day. Don't know why other than my pH is 6.2, and I have very hardy water. What makes it go down? As somebody mentioned, if you have botanicals in there, those will definitely bring it down. Driftwood. Yeah. Driftwood. Anything that's going to release tannins into the water. So if you were going for that kind of brownish water look where you've got any type of, not botanicals, but any type of natural stuff other than rock, like leaves or pine cones or any cones or, different types of wood, any of that type of stuff can bring that down.
For sure. And I mean, really, a big piece of wood really can.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize because they buy this big, expensive, beautiful piece of wood, and it can cause all sorts of problems in your tank. Or if you didn't buy it and you just found it somewhere, you might bring parasites in and everything. I like to soak all my wood before I use it, or you can also sun bleach it too.
I usually soak my woods in a 5-gallon bucket of water for like 3 days before I put them in a tank.
Haley from Oddball Aquatics, I think she told me she keeps all of her wood outside for a full year before she'll bring it in.
Wow. Let's see. Ash said, I want more for my beta in a 30-gallon. I'm assuming that's what they're looking for fish-wise.
More different fish to go with the betta.
Yes.
I would recommend Get Gills. Get Gills is going to have all sorts of different types of fish.
Yeah. It's a bummer living in Maine.
Yeah, I lived up in northern Maine. The only fish store we had this is when Walmart still sold fish. That's all we had was Walmart fish. I'd have to overnight stuff from like Petco and pay an arm and a leg to get it to me.
Because you didn't know about online places?
Well, this was before. This was 2010, so it was before probably most of these were even a thing.
Aquabid's been around for over 20 years. I remember looking at them when I lived in Illinois.
All right.
I didn't know about that until I joined you all here.
Well, I didn't know about bad people on there.
Fishaholic came back and is not just trying to figure out why the pH is low, but is wanting to raise it. So if you need to buffer your pH up, I highly recommend crushed coral.
Yes.
Ed, you specifically use that. So would you like to go into detail on how you dose that?
Yeah, well, you can do a lot of different ways with crushed coral. Like you can buy it, crushed coral, and put it in. They sell like little bags that have like a little zip on them or a tie. And you can do that, or you can buy, or not necessarily buy, but take some old pantyhose that might have a run in them, cut the part off that's got the run, fill it with it, and just tie it and drop it in. And that's what I do for my ponds. And the thing with crushed coral is it's not going to raise your pH like too high. It's going to keep it about at probably, I'm going to guess about 7.5, 7.6, because what happens is once it gets to a high enough pH, the coral stops melting. But when it goes below, the coral melts. So that's why it's always keeping a line real steady. And you can also like buy things like this. I just bought this from my local fish store. And this is just like a bunch. I don't know if this is actually crushed like coral or artificial calcium type rock. But I'm going to drop one of these in each one of my guppy tanks.
Okay.
Keep it high. But then I'm also going to drop this thing in my sump. I got this at Rob at Flip Aquatics, my local fish store. I really sound like I advertise for him.
Wait, hold on a second. You said Rob at Flip Aquatics, your local fish store. Was it Flip Aquatics or was it Aquatic Aesthetics?
It's Aquatic Aesthetics.
Just checking.
I guess it doesn't sound like I work.
I was about to say, if Flip Aquatics just became your local fish store, I need to move closer to Chattanooga.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. Well, Flip is awesome, and I hung out with Rob I don't know why I just called him Flip, but yeah. But Rob, but everybody named Rob, I guess, is pretty cool. Including Robert, Tennessee Aquatics.
Ash, I was up in Caribou, so I was in the middle of nowhere.
I used to really want to live in Maine. I read lots of Stephen King books, and I kind of fell in love with Maine, which is kind of weird because it's all horror stories coming out of Maine. But I just thought it sounded beautiful.
So yeah, Fishaholic, again, the first thing we were talking about. So if you're saying your water is typically 7.8, but it's registering 6.2 in that particular tank, there's got to be some sort of botanical issue going on there. There are a couple other things pH could affect. I think somebody might have mentioned that earlier.
I think Steven did, yeah.
But yeah, do you have any type of wood or botanicals in that tank? Because it's really, really crazy that you've got a 7.8 out of the tap, and then it's hitting 6.2.
Is it a dirted tank? If it's a dirted tank, that's also
it can,
you know, organic.
Yeah, especially if there's peat moss in the dirt. Yep. A lot of those soils will include peat moss because it's a good way to add nutrients in. So that'll be lowering your pH as well. If you have a dirty tank. Otherwise, there's got to be some wood or something else in there.
That's why I put the lime in there.
It's looking good, Ed. Really good.
Thanks. It's a little harder to see because it's the dark colors, but yep.
Just a friendly reminder here in about 5 minutes, we've got our buddy Rico Stan going live. Rico and the Man with Chattanooga Ed.
Woohoo!
And that will be a lot of fun. I've bought a lot of things lately I didn't buy much at AquaChella, but I bought some neat rock and stuff at my local store. Yesterday I scratched my left eye really bad.
Do I have to run to Walgreens for you, Ed? That'd be a bit of a trip, but I can do it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I went to Walgreens today to get my mom some medicine, and I left. The drive-through went all the way around the freaking place, and then I went in, and it was just jam-packed. And I was like, Mom, I'm gonna get it for you in the morning. I said, you got any more pills? And she says, yeah, I got a couple. And it's like, yeah, it's gonna wait.
So
that was kind of
Ash Lightcloud with $5 super sticker with that cute little what's that, a lemon kissing some sort of other type of fruit vegetable thing there,
something like that.
I don't know. Either way, it's cute. Thank you, Ash, very much for the $5 super sticker, supporting my buddy Chattanooga Ed there. So I think we hit the quota for thumbs ups on this. I want to say thank you all for supporting my pal here.
Woohoo!
So I'll let you all know first. Some people are not going to like it. Some people think they're not going to like it, and other people are going to be happy about this. The beard is going away.
Oh my God, you're going to shave for me?
Yes, the beard is going away. So I was always kind of a seasonal beard guy. It's kind of like Ed with the red. You know, he always grew it out and he dyed it for his team, and then he'd get rid of it. I was always a seasonal beard guy. I was always kind of fall, winter, this, that, and the other, and then it grew the beard, then it became a thing, and then it became more of a thing. But I've had several people that have seen photos of me without the beard, and they're like, why do you have the beard? You know how many more subscribers you get with just no beard? And I'm like, well, that's not the point, but it would be nice to kind of do what I want to do versus what I feel obligated to do, so to speak. So there's the announcement. I'm not exactly sure when, and honestly, I'm probably going to film it for TikTok because I'm friends with one of the big beard guys on there, and he'll do a big reaction video to the beard shaving. But
I wonder if he's still going to be your friend.
Yeah, you're going to lose all your beard friends now?
Yeah, I'm going to lose all of my friends.
You have to get a fake one now. You just push it on when you're with him.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's the thing. It'll be a little bit of a shock, but so no, it's a mustache, yes, beard, no. Yeah, so we're not doing just the mustache thing. It will be a very, very, very short goatee, very short. Like we're talking like number 3 on a buzzer. Which, if anybody has their own hair kit, they know how short that is. Very finely done, and like I used to get really intricate with the amount of detail I put into that. So I kind of miss that look sometimes. So we're going to go back and give that a try. You'll cry for me. Thank you so much. Like I said, I know some people are going to be upset because you only know me with the beard. But
I hope Whip will still like you. He has.
I hope so. I hope so. You can blame Chattanooga Ed and Sean Peck. They've both said that I would get 50,000 subscribers as soon as I shave my beard.
Because Sean Peck is going to leave him his.
So, yeah, Sean Peck's just going to give me his channel if I shave the beard. That's what it is.
Well,
absolutely.
I can't shave mine because it's almost football season.
Yeah. So there you go. That's it. That's the announcement. Y'all get the sneak preview here, or not preview, but you get to find out about it here. And who knows? We'll see when I debut it. Maybe I do like a crazy little Sean Peck clone video before I do it. And I do a bunch of green screen footage of me with the beard before I shave it. Never know.
That'd be awesome.
Both then. Me and you both.
What's Zane?
That she's low key super flippin' excited about the beard leaving. And then she used the smiley face with the star eyes.
Aww.
So we'll see. Well, and Ed, this is a good thing. I won't take away all of your dyed beard glory anymore.
It is so funny because when James and I go on trips, well, whenever I go anywhere, I get tons of compliments for my beard. But when James and I are together, I get 0.
That's not true. He gets shared compliments, and I understand that that's not the same. But
well, no, yeah, it was different type. They kept saying, "Are you guys in a band?" Or "What's up with your guys' beards?" But
there have been quite a few people who'd be like, "Oh, love your beards."
Oh, I guess it's just not as much when I guess I prefer it when they just say it to me.
So that's our give and take relationship there. Ed doesn't do memberships, and I give him all the beard glory. How about that?
Oh,
that is an accurate statement right there, Zen. Zen said James is way too young to look like a prospector. That's Rob's job.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he is a prospector. And she's talking about my Rob from my store that I just called Flip.
Yep.
I haven't been putting his sign up because I'm working, but I will pop his sign up.
I'm sure a mod can throw the link in the chat.
Absolutely. And
what a coincidence! One is here.
That time, Tim Kendrick says, "Told you guys are rock stars." Thank you, Tim. But it is time for Rico Stan's show, and we don't want to run over on his time there. Y'all have listened to me yap for 2.5 hours now, but you can go hang out with Chattanooga Ed and Rico Stan. Ed, do you know what y'all are talking about tonight?
Yes, we are going to talk about summer tubbing.
Oh, good
topic.
topic.
You're going to be continuing your crafting?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to sing.
You can sing on your channel all you want to. Oh. So here's the thing. Well, we'll give you a last minute story here. We're sitting here ready to do the AquaChella live. And yeah, Ed did come up with some non-copyright stuff, but he was hitting a couple copyright things, and I was being a bit of like, hey, don't do that. We don't want to get up a copyright strike. And it's like, I just want to sing. So I was being Mr. Debbie Downer there. And I'm sorry, buddy. I just didn't want him to get in trouble the first time they asked us to be on a show.
Well, they got all this music playing, and then they put a mic in front of me.
Ash,
so what do you guys think?
It looks good.
I've got this is one of them, and this is the other one.
Okay.
And then I'll bake it and paint it. Nice. And hopefully they'll be done for next week's show, and I'll show you guys what they end up looking like.
So Ash Light Cloud coming in with that $2 super chat at the last minute. Got to say, Ash, you get it 100%. Ash says, I thought you were a package deal. We really are. I mean, that's one of the things that I've tried to explain to some people that have like, well, why do you need to consult Ed on things that you do? And I'm like, we're a package deal. I mean, Ed is his own person. I'm my own person, but we very much, we are what makes Fish Room Fever. Though it may be, the channel I started, it's the brand that I started. Ed is just as much a part of Fish Room Fever as I will ever be. So that's why even if you notice my intros when I do videos that I haven't done in a while that I need to do, and I'm sorry, it's always, hey, James here with Fish Room Fever because I'm here with that channel, so-and-so with CNN, that's it.
This one got too much cucumber while I was gone.
Uh-oh.
Or not zucchini, not zucchini.
Did you also walk home and have fish food all over your room?
Nope. I don't have any fish in my room for starters.
Well, your fish room is a fish room. My fish room is a bedroom.
Absolutely. All right, so go check out Rico Stan. I'm going to hijack one last time here, and then I'm going to shut up and turn it on over. But Delilah's Critters with a very important final note here saying, I want to thank everyone for the positive AquaChella experience. Ever since the husband and I came back, he texts me while I'm at work to see if he needs to feed any babies. He's never fed my fish before.
Oh,
that is
great.
awesome, and I'm glad to hear it. Fish Room Fever signing out. I turn it over to these fine gentlemen.
You guys, you go lefty, and I'll end it since it's mine.
I want to thank both James and Ed for letting me hang out tonight. It's my last Thursday before I go back to work, so it's been fun talking about AquaChella, and reminiscing. And make sure you guys head on over to Rico's stream so you can hang out with Ed for another hour or longer because he's great. I'll see you over there, Ed.
Sounds great. Thank you, and they all left. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you for the super chats, guys. I'm sorry that I didn't get to see who was doing the super chats, but I was listening, and I really do appreciate it a lot. It helps me be able to do stuff, and it'll help me buy more clay, and that's awesome. And I'm just going to have some fun. You guys, I want you all to have fun, too. So we'll see y'all at